I am. Okay.
There we go. Hi, everybody. My name is Chris, and I am the librarian on campus. Your professor has asked me to go over some of the wonderful things the library has to offer for an upcoming project you guys have. So that is going to be what we do today. It should take half an hour or so. So it won't take up too much of your time. All right, so we will get started. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so hopefully you guys are seeing Google. To get to the library homepage, I typically just Google it. You can see I do it so often, it's right here, so I'm just going to click on it. So this is the library homepage. Couple different things about the homepage. First, right here, you will see our hours listed at the top, obviously due to the ever-changing campus issues. Our hours are kind of always changing right now. We're basically open Tuesday, Wednesday, 9 to 1, just to pick up lending library materials, which we will cover. But virtually, we are here 7 a.m. That's a mistake. 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. Monday through Thursday, and Fridays 8 until noon. So if you have any questions, you can always email us right here. Our phone number is down here. So you can contact us that way. The other way you can contact us is this Ask Us tab right in the upper right-hand corner. You click on it, you put in your name, put in your email, hit start. It's going to start a chat. I'm currently actually online, so let me log off so nobody does actually try to chat with us. All right. So when you saw what it looked like when I am online, this is what it will look like when I am not online, just so you're aware. But again, between 7 a.m. 9 p.m., somebody should be online the whole time. All right. The first thing I'm going to kind of cover is the lending library. So for those of you who do not know what this is, it is a way for you guys to get free textbooks, free laptops for the semester, hotspots for the semester. Everything is a semester checkout. Your current class, this class actually has books that are available in the lending library for free. To see what is in the lending library, you click on this top tab. It's going to take you to our LibGuide. In this case, maybe you go to English. It will list all the books that we have that fall under English. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you can see over here, I think that one's for this class. And then I believe this one, Midnight in the Garden of Good and Evil, is for this class. If it is highlighted in blue, such as this one, not only do we have it physically in the lending library, but it is also an online book. You can click on that title, it'll take you to the ebook, okay? So a couple different ways you guys can get access to the books. Good Lord. All right. So if we go back, if you find something in the lending library that interests you, you can then just click on the online lending library agreement, fill all this good stuff out. Where it says item, please just put the title of the textbook or laptop, hotspot, that type of thing. And then we will contact you via phone. All right. Okay, so on to the stuff for this actual class, what you guys actually care about. The first thing I'm going to show you guys is our ebook collection, which you can access right here, okay? So if we click on that, it's going to take us to our EBSCO ebooks. Nice thing about EBSCO, all the databases pretty much look the same. So once you learn how to use one, you can use all of them. If you have been in the 101A presentation for this, it's pretty much the same thing. You can type in whatever you're looking for. So in this case, we will type in his name. We will see what comes back. You can see we got 104 results. I'm sure not all of those are exactly accurate because I'm sure it's also pulling stuff that has to do with Richard and has to do with Wright. But you can see right at the beginning, we got a book on him there. Annotated bibliography. We keep going down. You can see we have a handful. The one that I kind of was looking through and thought was kind of useful is the encyclopedia. So we will click on that. Once you are here, you can see it gives a description of the book, which just tells you what the book's about. If you read that, if you're interested in more information, you can click over here on the left to get to the actual physical book. Okay. Another thing over here on the right, maybe you choose to use this book and you need to cite it. You can click on citation, go down to MLA, and here's your citation for this book. Copy, paste, double check it against something else. We do not guarantee the citations are correct, but it is a good way to save some time. All right, so if we go into the book, all right, so this is what the ebook looks like. It is not like stuff from the public library where you quote unquote check it out. When you're inside the book and using it, most of the time it's a one person at a time use. You won't be able to, somebody else wouldn't be able to use it until you click out of it, okay? So keep that in mind. But you don't actually check it out. If you want to use it again, you just come back in and find it again. You can see on the left all the contents, kind of different breakdowns, entries, all that good stuff. An introduction to him. So if you don't know much about him, you can read here and kind of get an idea of some of the things that he saw. It kind of discusses different aspects of his life, and you can kind of tie those into what he was writing about and understand where those things are kind of coming from. Another really nice thing about ebooks is the search within function. You can click on it, you can type in what you're looking for. And it will search the book for you. So you can see the reason I put the quotes around it is if I didn't, it would search for not only these 4 words all together, it would search for all 4 words individually. So the number is going to be much higher. I'll show you that number when I'm done kind of showing you the rest. So you can see here, you can click on it. It'll take you directly to the page, highlight what you're looking for. You can kind of read around it, see if it's useful, all that good stuff. You can read through all of these real quick. So again, the search within option does save you quite a bit of time. Also, if you wanted to email, so you cannot email yourself a whole ebook, but if you look up here, you can email yourself certain pages. So maybe you like to hold it in your hand, you want to write on it, highlight it, all that good stuff. You can email yourself the pages and then print them. You can print the pages directly, all that good stuff. All right. So if we go back up and I remove these real quick just to show you guys, you can see obviously a lot more going this way because it highlighted man right here and black and then man over here. So make sure you use the quotes when you're doing multiple word searches because it tells the system, I want these words together. So keep that in mind. So that is the ebooks. Again, I know I kind of went through it fairly quickly. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. We will help you out. So if we go back to the library homepage, the next thing we're going to look at is our EBSCO databases. Again, if you've did this in the 101A, we kind of covered these, so I'll go through them fairly quickly. Just like before, I always recommend you use Academic Search Complete. It's a very good overall database, covers everything at least a little bit. Then click Continue. And then again, EBSCO's always looks the same, so this probably looks fairly familiar to the ebooks. But click on Choose Databases after this. So that last page that we clicked on Academic Search Complete had a description underneath it. You really don't need to read the description. Most of the time you can tell what a database covers just by the title. But if you you're looking through this and you go, I don't know what this is, you can highlight the little box and it gives you the summary of what it is. So you guys are allowed to use more fun sources. So you're allowed to use magazines and newspapers. Master File Complete mostly is magazines. We're going to go down a little further. We're going to do newspapers because you can use those. And then you can look and you can see if there's anything else here that maybe jumps out at you is something you may want to use. I don't know why. I'm going to click on that one. You could just click up here and use all of them if you wanted. There's nothing wrong with that. When you're done, you hit OK. Just remember, the reason I show you this is we're now searching 4 databases at once. If you clicked on all of them, you're going to be searching all those databases. So you're going to get large numbers of results. So please keep that in mind. All right. So just to start, we will type in the name again. And you'll see we got 13,000 results. All right. So the first thing is we need to narrow those down. Now, again, because of your assignment, you can use stuff that was written during the author's lifetime, or you can also use stuff that's written now. So one way to kind of move the publication date is one way to get less results, okay? So we got 13,000. Let's just do 1960. You can see we went to 86. All right, so we went from quite a few to not a ton. You can kind of look through, see if anything, jumps out at you, is interesting. The other way to do this is maybe you add a second search term. So the more words you guys put into this search box, the fewer results you're going to get. All right. So in this case, we're telling the system we want things on Richard Wright and maybe racial bias. You can see we got 29 results. We have not changed our publication date, so you can kind of look around and see. So the difference is right here, we got some periodicals, and then right underneath it, we got academic journals. Like I said, you guys can use any of those. Periodical just means magazine. It's going to be a little easier to read. Technically, most of the time, the articles will be shorter than the academic journal, which will be a little bit more intense reading, typically longer. If you're interested in one, you can click on it. And you can see up here, we got subjects. So this is, subjects are what librarians file things under. And because of that, when you type in a subject under a subject heading, you're only going to get back items related to that subject. So in this case, we typed in Richard Wright, which makes sense. That's his name. Well, they have him under Wright Richard and then his birth year and death year. So if we wanted to narrow our search just to him, we can click on this and it'll only bring back items on him. All right. But this is also just another great place to find search terms and keywords. All right. And kind of expand your searches. If you find an article you're interested in, you click on it, you can read the abstract, and that just tells you what the article is about. It's there to save you guys some time. If you read the abstract and you don't think it's going to be helpful, you didn't waste time reading the whole article to find out it wasn't helpful. So again, use the abstract. It will save you time. The catch is not all magazines have abstracts, okay? All academic journals are required to have an abstract. So keep that in mind. But as you read through this, you will notice right here is our story that we're kind of looking for. So this might be useful, might not. Again, if you want it, you can click on HTML full text or just scroll down. Typically when it's HTML, it's just at the bottom of the page. If you want it, you can email yourself the whole article, okay? If you do choose to do that, I would recommend you change your citation to MLA. Hit send. It's going to send you not only the whole article, it'll send you the citation in MLA format. Please double check it. Again, we do not guarantee these are correct. Another option is sometimes people like to just email themselves the article, and what they'll do is they'll click up here on this top bar, copy and paste it, slap it into an email, and send it to themselves. That's a good idea. There's nothing wrong with doing it that way. Just please don't use this URL. This URL changes, so what you get in your email when you copy this, when you click on it later, it's not going to take you back here, okay? It'll take you to a dead link. What you guys would want to copy and paste is actually called the permalink right here. And we click on that, it gives us this. This one does not change, so you want to copy paste this to yourself. When you click on it from your email, it's going to bring you back to this page, okay? So keep that in mind. So a couple other things, like I mentioned, let's say, so if we're looking at this, you can also change the relevance. So maybe you do want stuff that's older. Right now is relevance, but we can do it to the oldest date. And so it switches everything to the oldest date. And well, what should be the oldest date, although that doesn't make much sense because it says from 27, but you get the idea. Apparently the oldest date is 97. So keep that in mind. Let me go back though, real quick. So again, if I go back to this, just so you guys can kind of see it. Like I mentioned, under subjects, here's our author. So if I click on him, we're only going to get stuff back on him. There's 300 total, 337 articles with him as the subject, okay? And then you can narrow things down that way. Also, again, if you want to know what people are writing more close to his time period, you can drag this back to 1960. Now we're only going to get stuff from 1938 to 1960. And that's about 14, that is 14 items. So you can see what people kind of wrote and spoke about him during his time. Okay, so this is our EBSCO database. So I am now going to show you two other databases, should not take too much longer. The first one is ProQuest. Now, ProQuest, which is right here, is just like Academic Search Complete. It's a multidisciplinary database, covers everything. It's very good. So you can use either one. Sometimes they even have the same articles in them. The one major difference between ProQuest and EBSCO that I always want to tell you guys is when you guys do your search, so we will do Richard Wright. First thing is, you can see up here, we get 100,000 results, okay? But we only want items that are in full text. So EBSCO automatically only gives you back items that are full text. ProQuest does not. So we have to click this box. Without clicking that box, you will, so you can see we went from 100,000 down to 92,000. Without clicking that box, you will get things that are just the abstract. And you can't use an abstract. You can't cite an abstract. So you want the full text. So make sure you always click over there. The one really nice thing about this database, though, is if we scroll down all the way to the bottom, you can see down here different search terms, okay? So in this case, this is how they use him as a subject. So we're going to click on that instead. Puts it as a person right up here. You can see we got 178 results. And then again, you can click the full text so that we get rid of the extras down to 81. And then again, you can always add more search terms. You can come down here. So in this case, maybe I do, now that I know to add person after it, maybe I do so you can see by these two search terms, it looks like we got back some stuff on our topic. But again, if we scroll to the bottom, you can get just literary criticisms in general. You can get biographies. You can do a lot of different topics, all right? Click on it. It puts all the information at the top. You can, again, you'll always have to click full text. And you can just see, again, they do the same thing the other database does. They give you scholarly journals, they give you magazines, all kinds of different stuff. Also, you can narrow the publication date to a custom range, last 12 months, all that good stuff. When you find one you're interested in, now we'll just pick one at random. We'll pick this guy. So you can see on the left, it'll give you full text like this. It will give you the PDF option, which is just a scan of the actual article from the magazine or periodical that it was in. If you want to cite it, you can click cite right up here. Switch it to MLA. There you go. You can email it to yourself, you can print it, all that good stuff. Another really nice thing about this is it also then gives you other articles you may be interested in right here on the right-hand side. So it takes away some of the excess that was on that other page. These are a little bit more related to the one you picked, not just the general search terms we used. So if you don't like EBSCO or you just want to kind of get acclimated to a different database, ProQuest is a very good one. So please keep that in mind as you guys are doing your research. Again, you ever have any questions for this project or any other project, please contact us. And as I go back to the library homepage, I will just cheat and click there. All right, so the last database we're going to cover today is under our Gale databases, okay? So we have a whole bunch of Gale databases, just like we have a whole bunch of EBSCO ones. We have a lot more EBSCO than we do Gale, but we have a few different Gale databases. So when you click on this, you're going to see a couple different database options. Most are self-explanatory for what you guys are doing. You obviously don't want world history. You don't want science. You don't need an index. You don't need you need this one right here, okay? Gale Literature Resource Center. So if we click on that, this is a nice database because all this is literary criticism, okay? You can search a whole bunch of different ways, but I always just do it by, I always start with the author. You may have to find him. So he's actually down here. So again, if you want to, they have biographies on them, topic and work overviews, reviews and news. They have, so again, you can use newspapers. You can use all of these for this. Primary sources are always fun. Then we're currently in literary criticism. But if you then wanted to maybe search by the title, you can come right over here to publication title. I lied, not publication title, name of work. Publication title is what the criticism was published in. You're probably never going to use that. But you will use name of work. I apologize. So these are all the different works of his that they have a literary criticism on, and you just kind of scroll down till you find the one you're looking for. There is one in here. Must have missed it. There's at least one in here yesterday. There it is. All right, so here's what we're looking for. Click apply. There is only one on this story, but it is a critical essay. You can use that. The other thing you might want to do is, obviously you're focused on this, but this actually came in a work called 8 Men. So you might even want to read up on the whole book of short stories, not just this one. But we can click on it. So I like this database because for me at least, if you choose to sign in, which you can do up here, and I don't think it's going to let me, but let's see what happens if I just sign in. Yeah, it did. All right, so it signed me in. So now I can save everything to my Google Drive if I use Google. If you guys use a OneDrive, you can save it directly to your OneDrive. You can also email this to yourself. All right, you can click email. You can send the site, you can cite it right here, 9th edition, double check it, or you can email yourself when you do the send to. There's a button you can click to send yourself the citation also. But the other thing I really like about this is, so it highlighted our kind of the name of the thing. But let's say I really like this and I'm going to use it for something. I can highlight it. I can make notes. I hope your notes are better than mine. You hit save, saves it up here. My highlights are here. Then right here, when I'm done, I can go send to my Google Drive. And I just sent that to my Google Drive. All right. Highlights and all notes and everything. So this is I just really like that aspect of it. The other thing that's really nice is you can hit Control F and you can do search terms within this thing. So maybe you want stuff on Lena. There it is. Okay. It highlights it. It tells you she pops up twice in this. There's the other one right underneath it. So this is another way to search within this to find certain search terms that you're looking for. But again, even though there's only one actual criticism of the work, if you look under the author, you got biographies, you have primary sources, which are sources that were written during his lifetime, articles about him or things he may have written, all that type of stuff. So you can kind of get an idea of what was going on maybe during his life that had him writing what he was writing about. Reviews are always interesting also because those most of the time, hopefully you can get some that were written right when the works came out, kind of give you again an idea of what people thought at that time. All right, so that is everything I have for you guys. I will stop sharing my screen, and that is all.
All right, before I stop the recording, I did want to make a note. I wanted to tell you a little bit about the sources that you can use for this upcoming essay, because the sources that Chris went over, I know that they can be intimidating and difficult to use. So for this first essay, I give you a little bit more leeway. I let you use sources that generally you wouldn't use for a literary analysis essay, but because I'm having you do new historicism, they still fit. So new historicism asks you to take a look at the piece of writing and the cultural context for it. So what was happening during that time period? How can we relate it to the time period? And you can also relate it to the cultural context of the time in which it's being critiqued. So that's right now. So you can relate it to modern times and modern society and what's going on today, that you can say, okay, I can see this reflected in Richard Wright's story as well. So for this first one, you're allowed to use what Chris usually refers to as the fun sources. He says if a source looks like it might be fun, if it has pictures, if it's from a popular news source, for example, like the New York Times, then you're not usually supposed to use those kinds of things for a literary analysis essay. But because I'm having you do cultural context, new historicism, you get to use the fun sources. So I'm going to stop recording now, and then I'm going to open it up for questions.